Can you see what it is yet? Just doing a bit of a overpaint onto this wall. Should just be able to see from the outline what it might be. Beautiful, peaceful day here in the United Kingdom. I've got a bit of history with this wall as well. We go back. It's one of the first walls I ever painted round the other end, just there. Just giving this a quick coat so that when I spray paint over the top, first of all it will save me a lot of paint, but also it should just get me a better line, much better line. So this is, my background is not mine at all. But I'm not going to eradicate it. I'm going to be respectful of the other artist and just add something of my own. We've just got to get some of this black on here, and this will just help with the spray paints that go on. Almost there. You can just sort of see a little bit of the colour coming through. I don't mind that at all. That's good. So I've got a lot of my paints here. I'm dodging the there's also quite a lot of horse poo that I'm dodging. Just going to put a bit more on the head. That's going to be the most detailed area. Just here. So you can just sort of see him coming from behind the lettering that's been added. My name's Sid, by the way. I'm a spray paint artist from the United Kingdom. This is just a bit of a fun thing that I'm doing. Thanks for joining this live. I'm going to get the spray paints out in 2 seconds, which should be fun. I've also got a bit of a reference which I use that's on my phone, on the other phone. So yeah, you can just sort of see the head just here, front leg, powerful stomach, and he's running this way for a reason. So give me a subscribe and you'll see on the big video there might be a big surprise when I cut the video together in a couple of days. So just make sure you hit subscribe, and you're going to see the finished article in a day or two, I would think. Right, I'm just going to get some more paint out. I'm going to go with a darker grey. And I've got the image of the gorilla on my phone. So a lot of artists, they use a phone just as the image to use. So that's what I've got going on here. I'm just going to put in. The cap here is fairly slow cap. So I'm just adding in the dark greys here. Mindful of the flow of the hair just coming through. There's a big muscle here, so I'm going to show that off if I can. And the shoulders look like that. So this is just lining it all out still, getting some of the base colours in before I add a lot of the details, but hopefully you can see what it's going to be. I'm actually looking forward to it. There's a nice area here. But when we get the silverback area in there, I might even add that in a minute. That's down there. A lot of this leg is grey as well, particularly down this area. So I'm just going to spray that one in as well. Looking good. Any questions, just drop through on the comments. Make sure you give me a subscribe when I'm just doing this. And I'm just going to come over to the phone ever so often, have a little look what's going on. Let's go and have a look if we've got any comments just yet. But you should see the gorilla starting to come together slightly. Oh yes, he's on the way now. What is its name? I'm not sure yet. We'll have to figure that one out as we go. Sometimes it's a bit like having a newborn, isn't it? A new kid. You've got to wait for it to be born before you give it a name. This is nice. This is nice. Adding this detail here. More of the lights in there. Beautiful big gorilla. Contrast here as well. Lovely bright greys, silvery greys. Just gradually getting through. And without having that black top coat on there, so well. Just get that area on there. Yeah, that's coming together nicely now. Hello Annie, how are we doing? How's things? I'm just doing a bit of mucking about here and just getting some muscle definition in for this big boy, so you can see that that's his shoulders. Shoulders go all the way up there. I'm also looking forward to getting out the jet black as well for this. Probably going to put some white around it. Let's go and do that as well. This is a bit of a, yeah, it's just showing off. That's it. I'm just going to come and look at what it looks like on the screen now, just to see if, yes, I think we're putting the white round it. Yeah, it's coming together. Yes, so I've been doing spray paints and graffiti. Do give me a subscribe, by the way, for, wow, 18 years, I think it is, professionally for 10 years of that. So 18 years doing spray paints. I use, if you ever look at my kind of YouTube page, you'll see that I use stencils to actually showcase my art and sell my art. But I do for a lot of the outdoor pieces, it's just big paintings on a wall. So this design behind was done by someone else a few years ago. I've actually got permission to do this from the lady that owns the barn as well, as I've got to know her a little bit over the years, so I don't have to keep looking over my shoulder. There's a snail in here. I'm going to take the snail off because always be kind to wildlife. I've got to be mindful there's some horses in this field as well. So let's just make sure that's nice. Just that bit of contrast, you can just brings it out of the shadows, doesn't it? I'm happy with that now. It's going to be interesting when I get. It's a pretty hideous wall, to be honest. Breeze block, not very smooth. So there's only a certain amount of detail I'm going to get. But yeah, that's now turning into a gorilla, isn't it? Yeah, I'm liking that. Yeah, it's on the way. Thank you very much for watching, by the way. Do like this live. Any likes on this live, much appreciated. I'll go a bit quicker if you give me a few likes. I'm going to go now with a specialist spray can, which is high pressure black, and it gives this marbling effect, but you can get a real nice line with it. So areas like this, you can see a nice line just coming on there to give it the shape. So I'm liking that. And then here, if you do graffiti and spray paints, there's like the Nirvana is thin line with a small overspray left and right to get the details. And there's ways of doing that, but I find these are not designed for that, these marble cans. But if you go fast with them, you can get that magical thin line like that. Particularly on a wall like this, where the surface is pretty hideous. Just gonna, that ear's too big, but I'll come and correct that later. On that. But that's the beauty of spray paint. You can always go over the top. That's coming along nicely now. Let's have a little look down here. Liking that. Oh, that's nice. See how that looks on the screen. It's starting to come together now, actually, isn't it? Yeah, I'm liking that. The old gorilla into this kind of art. Any tips for beginners? Just paint. My big tip for beginners is don't sit around thinking about it. Get out and do it. You don't have to ask permission as well. Obviously, you can ask permission. You don't have to do illegal. When I first got going, I did one or two illegal ones, but asking permission if you want to do pieces on walls, you very often get a yes if you do it right. And then also just go for it. You've got to go for it. I'm going to do a little bit of a... He's actually got some brown in the top of his head just there. So I'm going to put a little bit of brown on there. Just switching the cap to get the brown. There we go. Bring that round and cut that back with the white later on. That's really the only place, maybe a little bit out here, that he's got the brown. This is way greyer, so let me just do gently on there. And this is grey as well. Nice bottom on him. But yeah, do give me a subscribe right now if you're just hooked into this little live. Spray painting a beautiful gorilla. Yeah, let me know where you are in the world. But yeah, the gorilla's just coming together now. I'm starting to get slightly happier with him. Just gonna be a bit braver with this grey. Hey, Meta, start a video. He is a silver back, so I'm going to make sure we've got that. Silveriness. Let's get the brow going. Yeah, that's nice. I'm just getting the detail on the face just slightly better there. A little bit of detail there. Right, I'm going to get the white out again. Areas of the white. He's all coming together. It's coming together. Yeah, that's right. It takes a little bit of time. But yeah, he's on the way. Thanks for watching right now. Do give the screen a bit of a like as well. It really helps to get 1 or 2 more viewers. I've been treading in horse poo when I've been doing that. You see, I'm suffering from my art. That's what it's all about. I'm going to have a little bit of a dark grey session now. It's quite easy to make dark grey with using blacks and whites, to be fair. But there's just certain areas on this piece where it just needs the dark grey. It's slightly darker just there. Cap's knackered on that one, so I'm going to change the cap over. So you just change the cap. You see, just the cap's just gone crapped up just there. So I'm just going to get rid of that. I don't leave any pollution or waste. If you're going to do graffiti, do it respectfully. I have asked permission to do this artwork, which I know is a bit of cheating, but well, I say asked permission, I turned up, and the lady just turned up. So yeah, I just talked my way into her allowing me to do it. So there we go. But yeah, if you do things with a smile, you can usually get agreement on most things. Just gonna just gonna get a bit of black down there. black going in. This wall, I have to say, it's absolutely hideous wall. It's just breeze block. There's no rendering on there either, so you've got to put the paint on thick and kind of be brave with it. If you join me, my name's Sid, Stencil Shed. Hook me a subscribe. You're going to see the finished video. This is going to be one gorilla from about 3 or 4 is the plan. Thanks for joining me. Do like the live as well. If you could like the live, that would be amazing. Just this gorilla coming together gradually. He's starting to get there now, isn't he? Right, okay. Let me just put a little bit more grey on here. Gradually eradicating all that went before. So I come from a background where my dad's an artist. I studied sort of classical sort of painting as well when I was growing up. So lettering is in something that I specialise on. So this lettering was done a while ago, and I think I wouldn't ever totally obliterate it and masonry paint it out. I just want to add something of my own to it, really, is the plan. So there's certain sort of, I'd say, laws of the jungle, but on the other hand, you know, there's a certain amount of respect between artists. But if a piece has been up for a while and it's a small piece, just a little throw up or whatever, then that's all right. A bit of fluff there. It's all coming together now. Just needs to go a bit higher, just up there. I'm going to take that back with a bit of white. Oh. This is the highlight. So again, I'm using these marbling effect spray paints just to add sort of more white kind of highlights. But yeah, I do love gorillas, by the way. You'll give me a subscribe. Anyone watching, right, give me a subscribe. But there's a particular reason, which is to do with, let me just check this out, this particular wall. There might be something else that links together with this gorilla. Let me just work on that. So yeah, I do, if you look at some of the videos, probably about 10 back, you see me doing a gorilla spray paint festival down near Glastonbury. So I do love gorillas. Actually, Meta, take a video. Hey Meta, take a video. Looking good now, just putting a lot of the whites in there. Just sort of strolling off into the sunset. What is the hardest graffiti? Also, I've subscribed to you, so can I learn more about graffiti and you to this kind of stuff? So yeah, well yeah, I've always given out tips and things. Thanks for subscribing. Let me just have a little look at the first part of this. Also, I was trying to, so can I learn more about graffiti? So you can learn more about graffiti, yeah. Just go for it. That's the thing. You just got to go for it. That's my big tip. You've got to have a passion for art, passion for doing stuff. Don't do it because you want to look cool or whatever. Most graffiti artists don't look like that stereotypical thing that we have in our head. All ages, all sexes. All races. It's not the kind of like the cool kids. Often it's the bit of the nerds that have dedicated to themselves to a craft when they were younger and other more popular kids were off doing other things. It's those guys that actually win in the end because they've done the practice, they've got the skills, they're really good at what they do. Certainly that's my experience of meeting up with certain graffiti artists and having an idea of what I think they're going to be like or look like, and they're totally different. I'm just going to put a bit more black down here. I'm just flowing with the can in the direction of the fur. Flowing with the can, I like that. That's coming together now. I'd love to be able to get a bit more detail on those eyes, but always my problem with walls like this is, let's have a little look. To do that, it's a little bit of a highlight there. That's nice. I'm not ashamed just to sometimes just use my finger a little bit. Got a bit of a lump on his head, so I'm just going to get rid of that. They do have a bit of a lump. Not that much of a lump. Just a bit more of this white. I'm actually getting pretty happy with this now. Just line. A bit brave with that white. Yeah, that's looking good now. I'm going to look at it through your lens. Yeah, pretty good. I think the shoulder might just need a bit of work. Let's kind of have a little look at his shoulder. I think the shoulder needs to come up and round a little bit. A bit more white in here. My name's Sid, by the way. I'm a spray paint artist from the southwest in the United Kingdom. Let me know where you are watching in the world. It's a bit better. I've got a little bit of contrast on the top of his flower. Just do a bit of correction there on the shape of this back leg. You just see it's kind of like a bit of a ham hock. So if I just come up with the white and just take that back a little bit. He's running away from something now. What could he be running away from? That is the question. Big Daddy, maybe. Yeah, I'm getting happier and happier with that. So that's half an hour in, and I'm going to go and have a bit of lunch. And this afternoon I'm going to be spray painting another gorilla. So come and join me then. Thanks for watching, and do subscribe.